Okay, I'm back. So, I think we're going to have a talk about Surge. So, I know this was a thing back in the 90s. And I don't know really what happened to it. I think I drank it once when I was a kid. I don't really remember the taste of it. I think it tasted like Mountain Dew or like Sprite, but a little bit stronger, like an energy drink. Which, you know, I'm addicted to energy drinks no matter what, so. But yeah, let's let's get started. Now let's get started with the video, and yeah.
If the essence of the mid-1990s could be distilled into a can, it would surely be a can of Surge, the flyest drink of that bygone era. Some may remember it for its fully loaded citrusy sweetness, others for its
my god, dude, it looks like.
But tragically, it's mostly known as the drink that left us too soon. Today we're asking, whatever happened to Surge? But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel and let us know in the comments below what other gone-too-soon beverages you would like to hear about next.
My god, that is green.
Grab your skateboard.
That is more green than Mountain Dew.
Because it's time to kickflip back to 1996. In the 1990s, Coca-Cola was looking for ways to dethrone Mountain Dew as the world's most popular citrus soda for teenage boys. Coke had already tried to outdo the Dew decades before, when they introduced Mellow Yellow to the world in 1979. But they were doomed from the start.
It's how Russia
no guest appearance in Days of Thunder was going to fix that. Mellow Yellow just didn't have the same hyperactive, grounded in middle school energy as Mountain Dew, and we're willing to bet it never will. So, if Coke wanted to compete, they needed to develop a whole new recipe. Because this was the 90s, it needed to be something cool and extreme, like a crocodile wearing sunglasses.
Oh man, that was so extreme!
And in 1996, they developed just the thing. They called it Mountain Dew Killer, or MDK for short. Okay, Coke, lighten up. But if Nathan Fielder's dumb Starbucks taught us anything, you have to be a little more original than that if you want to make it in this world. Enter Urge. Coca-Cola shot across the bow of a Viking ship. Why the weird analogy? Because it was initially a Norwegian exclusive. Urge was the name of MDK's first appearance on the market. It was a hit with the citrus-loving Scandinavians, and it soon found a home in Sweden and Denmark as well.
So
it wasn't long before Urge grew even bigger still, and in 1997, Urge set sail across the ocean blue in a bid to claim Mountain Dew's territory for itself.
But God, that is green.
Already well established in America, Mountain Dew had sprung from humble Tennessee origins, where it once had a country bumpkin for a mascot and used the slogan,
Mountain Dew will tickle your innards cause there's a bang in every bottle.
They should bring that back, because who can resist a cola-slinging bumpkin? But in 1992, PepsiCo rebranded the Dew for a cooler, more youthful audience. They introduced the slogan, Do the Dew, and started buying up ads that featured BMX bikers and skateboarders.
That's rad.
Mountain Dew soon became synonymous with the X Games, and it wasn't...
I mean, okay, so that's kind of how Mountain Dew has always been marketed. It's like, I kind of remember this because the 90s, I only had like 4 years in the 90s, which I kind of remember. I kind of remember all that stuff because it transitioned over into the early 2000s, especially with a lot of the commercials. And I always remember like Mountain Dew always being marketed like for the extreme, which kind of was the appeal of Mountain Dew. Like Mountain Dew is kind of like the gamer drink if you're not drinking energy drinks. You know what I mean? That's what Mountain Dew's for. And it's like, it's a cool marketing brand. It's cool. Its marketing is really cool. I don't drink Mountain Dew anymore. I think it's just like, I was on a diet where I was just drinking nothing but water. And there was like one day I was drinking Mountain Dew and I hated the taste. It tasted disgusting to me. For some reason. It just tasted like, I don't know, like chemicals. And I just never drank it ever again. And it was just like, the way I look at it is it's just like useless carbs. Like, I could just get my carbs from bread or like vegetables and fruit, and I would be fine with that. Even though right now I'm not really eating too healthy because just like I haven't had a chance to go grocery shopping because I was mostly staying home. And also like my paychecks are kind of short for a little bit. So hopefully like right now, like as soon as I get paid this week, I can actually go grocery shopping and like get some food to cook. But yeah, let's like keep on watching this. I'm sorry, chat. I know you guys are here to like watch me react to this.
Long before every cool kid in town was chugging Mountain Dew while rollerblading past the local library and giving all the books the finger. By 1997, Mountain Dew held 80% of the heavy citrus soda market. If Urge wanted to compete, they'd have to go bigger, hipper, and more extreme. So, Coke renamed the project Surge and dropped $50 million on an ad campaign for Super Bowl 31. There was one problem.
$50 million on an ad campaign, which was probably like inflated to like probably about like 500.
Its trademark was owned by the Babson Bros, whose Surge milker had been proudly milking cows across America since 1925. Rather than pursue a future in which America's preteens gulped down cartons of extreme milk while tearing up the blacktop,
there's a reason for the milk campaigns, and there's a whole entire video about that, and that was just to get rid of government cheese
for an undisclosed amount of money. And the Super Bowl was back on, with Surge's new ads ready to bombard C students everywhere.
Mad Max marketing. Oh my God.
While Mountain Dew's advertising stuck mostly to established extreme sports, Coke knew that they'd have to step things up if they wanted to outdo the Dew. So, rather than relying on boring old snowboards and parachutes, Coke made up games all their own to show the extremes teenage boys would go just to get their grubby little hands on Surge. In one ad, a group of young men raced towards a bottle of Surge by rolling down a hill in metal barrels. In another, some hockey players beat the lime green pea out of a group of innocent snowmen, one of whom holds the coveted soft drink. And yet another features a violent foot race over a collection of living room furniture.
Oh my God, these are Mr. Beast challenges.
Made on a severely
Coca-Cola was doing it before Mr. Beast did.
Makes no sense.
But nobody needed to understand it. Surge's marketing relied on the pure and utter chaos that teenagers adore. They even went as far as inventing their own words to try and make old ones more exciting. Who needs carbohydrates when you can have carbos? A word that seems to refer to the drink's high maltodextrin content. And within your face slogans like
what?
Seems to refer to the drink's high maltodextrin.
Oh my God, that 46 carbs? Potassium citrate, caffeine, yellow 5, yellow 6, corrupt bean gum, blue 1. Oh my God, that's good old-fashioned soda. Good old-fashioned soda. Never amazes me. Never fucking amazes me.
Content. And within your face slogans like
Feed the Rush.
And
Feed the Rush. Oh
Coke had everything they needed to lure young millennials away
guys,
from dusty
should
old
I just
Dew
make a
and into
marketing
the crisp
campaign
new
for a
wing
soda
of Surge.
or an energy drink?
Unfortunately for Coke, they might have taken things a bit too far.
The insurgency.
Surge's marketing campaign broadcast into households across
wordplay.
America images of geared-up teens wreaking havoc. But by trying to make Surge seem more extreme than Mountain Dew, Coke may have pushed the envelope of what was socially acceptable.
Whoops.
The message to parents was clear. Drinking Mountain Dew will make your kid pick up a skateboard and memorize every level of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Drinking Surge, though, that'll make your kid go nuts. Reports started coming in from schools across the nation. Kids were drinking Surge at school, and they were acting like little maniacs because of it. Although, whether the kids were acting out because of the actual contents of the drink, or were merely imitating Surge's extreme marketing campaign, is unclear.
I don't think Surge... It's just the marketing. And if kids don't understand that and the parents are not teaching them anything, I feel like that's more of the parents' fault than the actual kid and the company. And you know, the thing is, kids are young. They're going to do stupid stuff no matter what. And if you blame like a company for that problem, that is so dumb. That is so stupid. That just like, that's just telling you like you're not parenting your kid properly. If they don't know what's right and wrong. That's my opinion on that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Knight. Like this itself is just marketing campaigns 101. That's all it is. That's really all it is. It's just like this type of stuff is what kids are going to watch. Like these are just commercials. Kids are going to go watch wrestling. Kids are going to go watch Power Rangers. You can't blame Power Rangers and wrestlings for how your kids act. Kids, for example, boys are going to do this. They're going to do this no matter what. Because boys are the type of people that when you're a young boy, you're going to do dumb stuff. That's what boys do. And it's like part of being a parent that you need to actually like be like responsible and like understand like, okay, your kid, you're going to have to teach your kids like this is not safe. You're going to have to tell them that it's not safe, and that's how it is. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. Yeah, it's like the thing is like McDonald's, Burger King, all these fast food places, they're not meant to be healthy places. Like they're fast food for a reason. They're there when you're hungry and there's like nothing open and you discover like, okay, I need to go to Taco John's to eat some tacos. The only reason why you ever go to a fast food place is because it's kind of a convenience and you don't feel like cooking. That's kind of how I view it, opinionally. That's my opinion on it. Well, Knight, 7-Eleven is kind of like that in Japan. I'm not gonna lie. It's ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous on how 7-Eleven is. Like 7-Eleven is basically the discount grocery store and kind of like a baby Walmart. Now that I think about it. Especially in like Japan. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like going to a gas station shouldn't be like a discount grocery store. Like you go to a gas station for like the convenience, like, oh dude, I need to get some energy drinks just to stay up for work. Yeah, that's true. Especially with how the economy is right now.
But yeah, nuance like, can't hold a candle to hordes of angry parents. As far as they were concerned,
like the thing
Surge was making their kids crazy, and it had to
go. You can't really blame
school districts all over the country to have Surge removed from school vending machines, even though Mountain Dew was allowed to stay. Some schools even banned kids from bringing Surge onto the grounds, like it was a handle of scotch rather than a can of corn syrup and water. Any attempt to bring the black market product into the classroom would result in swift disciplinary action.
Oh my God, literally? Why? That's
seem to realize,
so fucking stupid.
Care, was that Mountain Dew actually had more caffeine in it than Surge by 4 whole milligrams. Like their kids, they had fallen for Surge's chaotic marketing, and they went after Surge regardless of the facts.
That is so terrible. You get rid of a
in spite of the backlash,
drink company,
maybe because of it,
just because you don't like, just like
sales.
you don't like the marketing.
In 1997, Coke sold 69 million.
Oh my
cases of
God,
Surge,
getting
a
detention
far cry
because you
away
have
from
a
Mountain
can of
Dew's
Surge
605
over a can of Mountain
cases.
Dew.
But a good surge towards building Surge's brand into a true.
Yeah, I know.
competitor.
It's just
They
like
soon dropped
no, that
Mountain
pisses
Dew's
me
market
off.
share
Like,
down
dude,
to 66% from its previous 80%.
if I become famous,
Sergio
I'm gonna buy the
Zyman,
rights to
Coca-Cola's
Surge
chief marketing officer, and a man
and
whose
actually
name
make it
matched
a
the bodaciousness
really
of
good
Surge,
drink.
was the man behind this initial success.
And, like,
Believed
put,
by
like,
many
natural
in his time
sugar
to be
in
a
it.
maverick of the advertising world, he had repeatedly bucked convention and had
It actually
successfully
make it
rebranded
organic.
Coke's products for a
And
new
actually
generation.
tastes really good.
Wait, I thought that was a Pepsi slogan. Even though Zyman was responsible for the notorious failure of New Coke, hey, they can't all
New
be
Coke
home runs. His image in the industry remained that of the rebel through to the end. A year after Surge's launch, though, Zyman resigned from Coca-Cola for disputed reasons, because the guy behind Surge was never going to go quietly. Unfortunately, the vacuum he left behind left Surge in the lurch.
Yes,
Zyman
exactly.
was
That's
replaced
what I
by
would do.
Charles
I would just
S.
make it the
Frenette,
healthiest
a
drink
man
on the
eager
planet
to return Coke to the
and just
pre-Zyman
market it to
era
be
of
the
Coca-Cola
extreme
marketing.
and just,
he
like,
didn't seem
hire,
to know how to handle
like-
the youth-centered market to which Surge had tethered
like,
its brand.
rally car
In
racers
1998,
to promote
under Frenette's
it.
leadership, Surge's year-over-year
That's
sales
what I would do,
dropped
and
by
also
almost
have, like, a
25%.
commercial with,
that is decidedly not
like, cartoon
radical.
animations.
Coke sold under 52 million
And then, like,
cases of
do
Surge
a
that year,
deal where
over
Surge
17
is
million
sold in,
fewer
like-
cases than in 1997.
sold in, like,
All the
pizza
while,
joints like
Mountain Dew
Pizza
sales
Hut
only
and,
increased. Just 1 year later, Surge's sales numbers weren't even half of what they were in 1998.
Like Pizza
Frenette, for his
Hut
part,
and,
tried to reduce the
like
product's
Domino's,
negative stigma
like
with
all
parents,
pizza joints
but the
have
effort was
Surge.
futile.
Do a
Surge
company deal
would
for
never
it.
recover. Finally, in 2003, Coca-Cola discontinued the product altogether, making Surge just another name in the ranks of fallen soft drinks, like 7-Up Gold or that Pepsi Blue bullshit.
Pepsi Blue? Why Pepsi Blue? What the fuck?
Almost a decade after
That
Surge's
sounds dumb.
untimely
That sounds like
demise,
something that
Coca-Cola
you
tried
would do
yet
with
again
Mountain
to
Dew,
make
not
Mellow
Pepsi.
Yellow
That
hip
just
to a
sounds
new
like a terrible
generation.
idea.
They fell back onto their 1990 idea of tying the product to the high-speed antics of Days of Thunder. And in 2010,
Days of Thunder.
Coca-Cola
Oh,
launched
yeah, I
a
remember
new
that
ad
movie. I
campaign that
liked
paired
it.
Mellow Yellow with America's favorite pastime, drag racing. They partnered with
Parents
the
piss me
National
off
Hot Rod
now.
Association and gave away free cans of Mellow Yellow to adoring racing fans across the nation. Even
Surge
though there isn't much we
looked
wouldn't do
cool.
for a free can of soda, the campaign failed to make a dent in Mountain Dew's sales. And Coca-Cola has since gone back to the drawing board. But whatever happened to Surge? Could it appear on the horizon like Gandalf and restore Coke's Mountain Dew killer? In the years since Surge
I hope
vanished
so.
from the market,
Because in the
multiple
modern day,
communities
I
have
think
popped up across
parents
the internet to put
I
pressure on
hope,
Coke to bring the
for
product
wishful
back.
thinking's
From
sakes, like,
SaveSurge.org
parents now
to the
understand
Surge movement,
Surge is
people
just
have
a
digitally
marketing
shown up by
plan.
the thousands to show their support for the discontinued soft drink. In fact, the Surge movement was so successful in garnering support that they managed to raise the $4,000 needed to buy a billboard outside of Coca-Cola's Atlanta headquarters. It read, "Dear Coke, we couldn't buy Surge, so we bought this billboard instead." Maybe
That's
could
a
have
cool-
invested
that's
in
kinda
something
funny.
with a better chance of return, like pop figures or a savings account. But the higher-ups at Coke saw this message, and they responded.
The resurgence.
More than 10 years
Oh, yeah, I
after
remember
Surge
them
was
bringing it back.
discontinued,
Is it?
Coke gave it a second shot. In 2014, the company announced that
Hold on,
due to
hold
pressure
on.
from
Can you
online
actually
communities,
buy Surge? Give me 1 second. Surge soda. Let's see here. Let's go to shopping real quick. Oh yeah, you can buy Surge. You can buy a 12-pack. Oh, cool. 12-pack for $12. And then you can buy the original cans for like, Jesus Christ. I would not buy cans of soda. eBay for $24. I'd also make it super cheap. The only people that could drink it would be people that could think. Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, lower the market value. Like, basically make it cheap and affordable. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Like I said, I would make a clean drink. Yes. Yeah, definitely do the research, make sure everything's like safe. Make sure it doesn't have anything that's harmful for like kids. And actually use like drink combinations. Like there's this like soda company that came out called Poppy. I think it's what it's called. And basically what's inside the drink is just fruits. It's just basically fruit juice with like carbonation. And it just has cane sugar and stevia extracts, which are basically healthy for you and is safe compared to like processed sugar and like sucralose. So it's like it's safe and safe for most of your kids. That's what I would probably end up doing. Is just putting like lemon. It also has apple cider vinegar in it, which I was like shocked about, and you don't taste it at all. But yeah, that's what I would end up doing.
Surge was once more coming back onto the market. The announcement, made over Facebook, got over 3,000 likes and 700 comments. There was joy in the digital streets as ticker tape rained down
should I have
on
a
imaginary
party?
digital cities. Coca-Cola arranged to sell the soda exclusively through Amazon. For a mere $14, anyone could buy 12 16-ounce cans of Surge from Papa Bezos himself. And no parents or school administrators would be around this time to stop them. The anticipation was so great that the initial stock of Surge sold out in just 2 hours. Coke refilled the stock, and it sold out again that same day. But the resurgence was short-lived. It wasn't long before the product disappeared again. For the next few years, Surge scalpers took advantage of its absence, selling the product for jacked-up prices as rumors swirled of its official return. But in 2018, Surge reappeared once more in the most royal of places. Through an exclusive deal with Burger King, Surge briefly rented a room in Coke's freestyle soda machines across America. What's more, Burger King even gave the drink its own
that's a cool slush.
It's good to be king.
Bro, that's so dope.
All good things must come to an end, though, and Surge seems to have wandered off and disappeared once again. But for those of you who can't wait for Surge to show back up, there's hope. Remember Urge, the Norwegian predecessor to Surge? It never went off the market, and is still just one quick cruise line away from being yours. While it trades Surge's toxic green look for a muddy brown color, and according to some the recipes aren't quite identical, Urge may just be the only hope for getting your Surge fix anytime soon. So until Coke decides to bring our favorite can of Shrek blood back, you'll just have to feel the
That's what we call it, Shrek blood now.
To Surge. So what do you think? Surge
but
or
yeah,
Mountain Dew?
that's
Hell,
cool.
Even Squirt. Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.
Oh, this guy does pretty well. I'm gonna give him a like. I like his content. I really do like his content.